Thanks for joining Sensible Reactions. I am Greg and I'm with
Chris.
So we're going to do a few reactions. We're going to do 5 different topics. We're going to alternate one by one. You do a minute, I do a minute. We're going to talk about a few, I guess current events.
Yep.
Yeah, we're going to do them real quick, but we're going to move fast. So, all right. So first topic is Nancy Pelosi's meltdown.
Yes.
All right. So I'll go first and I'll give you a minute and let's turn the timer on just so it's fair. We're going to go 1 minute apiece.
He's operating the timer, so probably won't be fair.
I might cheat. Because if he's doing too well, then it's like, no, cut him off. Cut his mic. You know, so it's like the Grammys or something. All right, so I'm going to start off. Nancy Pelosi's meltdown. All right, so Nancy Pelosi got mad at Donald Trump for calling her out at the prayer breakfast. That was really messed up of him to talk about another person in the presence of the Lord. He should be ashamed of himself. And he's probably going to hell for that. But thank God Nancy Pelosi prays for him every night. She prays for him. And for a person to say that someone else doesn't pray. All right, let me get off of the BS. All right, I thought it was funny when she did the press conference and she was going off and she's like, talking about how he lied and she tore the papers up. But she should have just called him motherfucker. He is a motherfucker. Who does that? Who goes up in front of people at a so-called prayer breakfast when it's supposed to be about praying and togetherness and let's come together and forgiveness? Like if he's mad about the impeachment thing, he's supposed to forgive if he's a Christian, right? So I thought she should have said, motherfucker, I don't, All right, my minute's up. All right, my minute's up. All right, your turn.
All right, so what I got from that was I thought it was pretty funny at first. I was like, man, this is hilarious.
It's funny now.
Yeah, she's getting up here just ripping it up, made this big old thing about it. What I recall was remember when Barack Obama was doing his State of the Union after healthcare, and one of the Republican senators get up and they're like, you lie! And because he was saying that they could keep their health insurance if they like it and all this stuff. That's what I kind of reminded me as. It just shows the divisiveness. That's all it really shows. It just shows essentially what we're trying to show that doesn't have to be. That you can have one person who totally disagrees with me and vice versa, and we can get along. We can actually talk, be in the same room together. We're not cutting each other. We're not doing nothing like that. That's what I took from it. It just shows the crazy divisiveness.
Yeah, and that's the world we live in right now. That's politics, I guess.
Yep.
All right. So, you're gonna go back to back.
All right.
It's your turn to talk about Trump saying bullshit on TV.
Okay.
Live. Bullshit. Can the president say bullshit? Is that allowed?
You know what I first thought about this? Have you ever seen the Dave Chappelle skit Black Bush? That's exactly what I thought about when I seen him saying this. The Dave Chappelle skit, if you haven't seen it, go type in Dave Chappelle Black Bush. It is absolutely hilarious. And the dude's saying all kinds of stuff. They're saying,
don't give Comedy Central any, I'm going to pause it. We're not going to give Comedy Central any views. They're not paying us anything. So no, don't do that. But if you've seen it, you've seen it. If you haven't, all right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
What Donald Trump does is the epitome of what this Black Bush was in there when he was calling, and when they said you're going into Iraq for oil, he said, "Bitch, you cooking?" Like this is some pretty funny stuff. I will say it's not presidential. I agree with that. It's not presidential at all, but it is entertainment, and I think Donald Trump realizes, coming from a reality show, that this is entertainment, and I need to be able to entertain the masses, and that's what he's doing. So,
yeah. Funniest thing I've ever seen. Funniest thing I've seen from a president in a long time. That's not quite as funny as when the guy threw the shoe at Bush and he dodged both of them.
He did too.
Yeah, it's not as funny as that, but it was kind of hilarious. Like, you know how like people like laugh at bad jokes when somebody of authority is there. And that was actually kind of funny. Like everybody laughed, but that shit was funny. Yeah. That shit was really funny. It's like he just went the fuck off. He is mad. He pissed. So I like the fact that the president could get pissed off and kind of be real and kind of be like Bush was like really real too. in his own way. You know, he didn't like go off or nothing, but you know, he would say the stupid little Texas anecdotes and that kind of stuff. You know, he didn't even understand what the stuff he was saying meant.
He wasn't faking it though.
Yeah, you know, it's like, you know, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. Well, I'm saying is once you've been fooled, you can't be fooled again. You know, so I thought it was funny. I laughed at it. I got a kick out of it. All right, cool. All right, so next topic. Oh, who's next? Gayle King.
Gayle King on Kobe Bryant.
Wait, is she allowed to talk about the dead so early, so soon? Or so late, actually? Gayle King should be utterly and totally ashamed of herself. Oprah said she's taking it really hard. She's crying. Well, good. Well, good. I hope you cry your fucking eyes out. Yeah. You don't bring up something about somebody that you never brought up when he was alive. It's been proven to be fallacious, and the allegations don't hold a lot of water or weight. And she even said things like victim and stuff like that. And she accused Lisa Leslie, well, he's your friend, so you would say something like that. So you're upset because you took some backlash for being insensitive and for accusing a man of something who can't defend himself, who has already kind of been proven not to have done it. Gayle, too fucking bad. You gotta deal with it. You know, and if you gotta cry a couple nights, you know, I don't care. I mean, Vanessa's crying. Yeah, so fuck Gayle. Whoops. Oh, bad language.
All right, so yeah, Kobe. This whole thing about what Kobe did in Colorado. The chick knew what she was doing. She went to Kobe Bryant's hotel room. What do you think is going to happen? We were talking about this. Kobe Bryant could walk out into the hotel lobby and just wave at whatever girl he wants to, and he could have her. So he ain't gonna force himself on somebody. And as the fact that the dude just died. So even if like this is like O.J. Simpson, where we know we killed him, okay? The day that O.J. Simpson dies, or that week, like, maybe you shouldn't bring that up. Maybe you'd be like, oh man, we lost an American hero or whatever as far as football goes and sports. I just thought that, yeah, this is not the time or place. If you want to be woke and get after these women's rights, maybe wait a year or two.
And as far as Gayle goes, if you're looking for somebody to throw accusations at, Harvey Weinstein's still alive. Yeah, your buddy who I can go all over Google and find you hugged up against and pictures with all over the place. He's still out there. So get him, Gayle. That's where you need to aim your focus, and tell your girlfriend Oprah the same thing. All right, Rush. I'm gonna let you start on Rush.
All right,
go.
Old Rush Limbaugh. So he got the Medal of Freedom.
Yes.
Little different. I'm not sure. Okay, I think they gave him this medal because the guy's dying. He was diagnosed with, I think it was some stage 4 or lung cancer or something like that. I'm not exactly sure. I listened to Rush Limbaugh. Surprise to everybody on here. He used to always say, in my formerly nicotine-stained hands, I got these papers. He used to say stuff like that all the time. So I guess he didn't stop smoking soon enough. He got lung cancer. I think that's the only reason why they gave it to him. If it was not revealed that he had this cancer, I don't think he would have gotten this. Yeah, that's really all I gotta say. I'm not sure he's deserving of it. If he wasn't dying, he wouldn't have gotten it.
I think they should. If you want to give them something, you know how they'll saying give a person their flowers while they're still here. Well, that ain't the flower they should have gave him. They should have gave him real flowers and say, go fast as possible. The world is better off without you. He has contributed nothing to society. He has contributed nothing to make America better. If Trump made America great, that's ridiculous in itself, but whatever. Rush Limbaugh has not contributed anything except an Oxycontin habit. And he's kept a whole lot of cigar companies in business, and with his nicotine-filled hands, he brought it upon himself. Like, he's a self-professed overeater, over-smoker. He's a drug user. This is not the type of person you give the Congressional Medal of Freedom to. You give this award to people who have done for society, people who have given, you know. But anyways, that's all I got to say about that jerk.
All right, so next we got Iowa.
Ooh, Iowa.
All right, Greg, your Democrats are in trouble. What do you got to say about this?
First of all, I'm not a Democrat. Second of all, Iowa was interesting to me. Okay, so I never seen a caucus before. I didn't even understand really what a caucus was because they would just give you the results. Like, yeah, such and such won the Iowa caucus. And they showed the actual caucus with people standing in the room and people standing with their vote. And then you got to pick a guy. And if your guy ain't no good, you got to go with another person and all that stuff. So they're doing all this stuff physically by hand. Who everybody's voting for. You can't mess that up by putting in the wrong numbers in the app because all you got to do is make the phone call. Yeah. And say, hey, we got such and such amount for Bernie, we got this amount for Pete, we got, just give them the numbers. So, hey, I think they're running afoul. Treachery is afoot, and the Democrats cannot be trusted. And it's just like with the last election. I think they got over on Bernie. So that's how I feel about that.
So this is what the establishment is afraid of. Is a populist president. They do not want Bernie Sanders to run against Rush Limbaugh. And frankly, me as a Rush Limbaugh.
I want him to run against Rush Limbaugh.
That's hilarious. Donald Trump. Okay, I just saw Rush Limbaugh on the screen here. So I just lost some time there. Anyways, they don't want a populist candidates to run against each other. If you have Bernie Sanders run against Donald Trump, you have two populists. That's what they are. They're both populists coming from different ends of the spectrum here. But the establishment does not want this. They are scared to death of this because the entire populist movement is against is against the establishment. And the establishment is scared to death. That's why they screwed Bernie the first time around. And Mayor Pete, really, this is who we want? This dude, he doesn't even say what he's about. All he does is say, hi guys, I'm Mayor Pete.
Yeah, he's, but I don't know, man. Mayor Pete seems like a nice guy.
He does, but he doesn't have any substance to anything he says. What does he actually stand for? Nobody even really knows.
He's just right in the middle. He's like, I don't want to piss anybody off, so I'm just going to stand right here in the middle, and I agree with them, and I agree with them. Yep. So, I mean, it's a smart play. He's younger. You know who he reminds me of? And we're over time. But you know who he reminds me of? Kennedy.
Mayor Pete reminds you of Kennedy.
Yes, he has certain attributes, like the youthfulness. Like, this is the thing about Mayor Pete. When he's wrong about something, he's willing to try to clean up his mess. If Bernie Sanders says something you don't like, Bernie Sanders is like, yeah, I said it, I don't care. Yeah, that's how I felt. That's what I meant about it. Yeah, that's what I said. I said what I said. Mayor Pete is like, well, I wonder if we can talk about this. I'd be glad and open to talk to anybody. He has this certain, I'm not going to say charisma, but he has this openness. That, Kennedy wasn't right about everything at first, but he would kind of be flexible. So I think that youthfulness of him, he's young, everybody else is old.
Yeah.
I think he has that youth, and I think that openness will kind of get him votes because if you look at the people at the caucus, a lot of people that were for Joe Biden ended up going Pete Buttigieg. So I think he has a certain flexibility that'll appeal to voters.
Yeah, I think he's managed to be a white male that has made himself a minority.
Yeah,
and because he's gay, so I don't know. I don't know what the guy stands for. I don't know what his beliefs are. He hasn't shown any substance.
But being a minority doesn't really help you with the Democrats because you see they don't have any. He's the only one that you could call a minority.
That's left, really. I mean, well, who's all left? Just all white people now.
Woman. But yeah, they're all white people. Yeah.
And which is supposed to be the party of inclusion and all that. And they kicked Cory Booker out.
Yang got 1% in Iowa.
Yeah, I was surprised because he was out there trying to buy people's votes, and I really would have thought he would have bought some more votes with that $1,000 a month stuff.
Yeah.
Didn't work out.
Too bad.
So, which is positive. Which, you know why? It's because everybody has a job right now, and they're making way more than $1,000 a month, and they don't want to take that $1,000 a month because
Thanks
they
for
want,
joining
they
Sensible,
want to keep all
Sensible
their money.
Reactions. We're out. So, call your baby.